Hello, my name is Sarah Pacheco, and I will be presenting the learning strategy of changing and using different study locations to improve how students study and learn. The focus of this presentation is to demonstrate how effective this learning strategy can be for students. To show the effectiveness of this learning strategy, I will share my experience with the following 4 locations: my room, the Barnes & Noble bookstore on campus, the CHAS interdisciplinary building, and the Thomas Rivera Library, and focus on the strategy's usefulness. According to Newport, college students need to identify a number of isolated study spots and rotate through these locations when studying, a claim supported by Simon Lee, as he states, changing locations prevents students from burning out or getting bored at any one particular space and keep their mind refreshed and stimulated. Experimenting with different study spots improves productivity, leads to better academic performance, results in completing work within a realistic time frame, leads to positive study habits, and makes clearer and more achievable goal setting. Changing study locations has many benefits, such as enhancing memory and recall, boosting motivation, and improving engagement and active learning. Switching between study spaces encourages distributed learning, which is good for retention. By spacing out study sessions in different places, students avoid cramming information in a single location and instead reinforce the material over time and various locations. When a student remains in one spot for too long, they can become mentally tired, which leads to reduced concentration, focus, and efficiency. By moving from one spot to another, cognitive engagement can improve. This prevents burnout because students are able to re-energize themselves and find motivation through new locations. The feeling of overwhelm will be reduced, as studying one subject in one location and another subject in a different space will also prevent students from associating feelings of stress or anxiety with one particular study spot. Additionally, when students have the freedom to choose their own study places, they create positive associations with their learning environment and their work, making their loads feel less tedious and instead develop stronger intrinsic motivation. When academic performance improves, specific locations will be associated with productivity and will in turn make students seek that environment again. Over time, they may begin to look forward to studying at a certain place, reinforcing a healthy learning habit. In a new study space, students might reorganize their notes, apply new learning strategies, or engage differently with content, which encourages students to engage more actively with the material, like interacting with peers to help with comprehension. The study space that I have in my room has improved since the beginning of the quarter, as I eliminated clutter and anything that kept me from completing my work efficiently. Although it is more organized now, I know that I perform best outside of the comfort of my own room. I would often find myself losing track of time doing other tasks and not giving enough priority to the work I needed to finish. I was the least efficient in my room because there were too many distractions around, such as my phone and my monitor. I was not engaged enough with the content and instead relied on extrinsic motivation to complete my work, as I worried most about my grade dropping and not how interesting or engaging the material was. The Barnes & Noble bookstore is one place where I am able to get work done that it doesn't require a long study session, like attending a meeting or completing an activity. Though I can get work done at the bookstore, it is not ideal for long and difficult assignments. Something that I particularly enjoy about the bookstore is how they offer a quiet corner to read books while getting work done. Since the environment is quiet but not silent, I am able to focus and be more efficient. On the 4th floor of the CHAS interdisciplinary building, I am able to get more work done, stay productive, and maintain my focus for a long period of time. The biggest pro of this location is having fresh air at all times and using my environment to remain undisturbed. As I see other students continue with their individual studies, I get more motivated to do my own. I am most efficient at this location because I stay engaged and find myself enjoying the assignments more while being outside. The Thomas Rivera Library is my favorite study location. Here, I work most efficiently on my writing assignments, as I can stay focused on my readings, remain undisturbed, and am able to use the resources at my disposal. I was able to complete my community mapping midterm in this space, as I stayed here for around 3 hours to complete my essay. I was so immersed in my work that I did not feel the time pass. Overall, I found that changing study locations did improve my academic performance. Knowing that my room was not the best place for me to learn was the first step to improving my academic results, and being aware that I perform best with quiet places that aren't fully isolated was the next step into bettering my learning and studying habits, as I was able to stay productive in the settings that provided me with these adjustments. To make the strategy more applicable to all students and learning situations, several adjustments can be made. For example, visual learners may benefit most when they are studying in an environment with visual stimuli, such as library and study rooms, because they contain charts, diagrams, posters, etc. They could move from one location to another depending on the visual stimuli that helps them the most. While studying at a library can be beneficial for one student, another may prefer to work in a coffee shop with a whiteboard and space to review their material. Students who are auditory learners work best in an environment that offers auditory stimuli such as podcasts, lectures, and perhaps conversations too, but noisy environments can also be distracting, so a better environment would be one that has moderate noise levels or one that offers a space to listen to material while studying in various places. Hands-on learners can benefit greatly from this learning strategy, as it might be a struggle to stay in one place for too long, so having different study locations that incorporate movement can help with engagement. They could study while taking a walk, review notes in different parts of campus, or use flashcards while doing something physical. Other student types to consider would be introverted and extroverted students. While extroverted students may favor studying in social environments because it gives them more energy, introverted students tend to choose a quieter and more controlled study spaces to avoid losing focus. As for learning situations, changing study locations can work well for group work and collaborative projects. To increase engagement and help generate new ideas, it may help to change from working in a library or a classroom to a cafe or outdoor space. This also works well with creative projects, as new study locations offer new stimuli that can provide inspiration. A group of students may start at a quiet space to avoid distractions, move to a lively environment for more energy, and finish somewhere else where they can have a reflection or discussion of their final work. Students should have a list of places where they study efficiently, like mentioned by Newport. This offers them their own system for selecting locations that would work best for them, depending on their study goals. They should also maintain a flexible attitude when deciding where to study, as different tasks may be done better in a different study space. For example, the library may work best for writing projects, while an outdoor space could help with group projects. Establishing a schedule or time limit in which the work will be done can help with focus as well. By taking into consideration the different contexts of a task, students can gain a better learning process. Thank you for listening.